So I realized after my Starfest vlog last Saturday that I mentioned something about, instead of telling you guys about my favorite books, we would talk about Starfesters' favorite books, and I realized I've never told you guys about my favorite books. And I also realized that a lot of my reviews have been kind of not glowing because I am an extremely picky reader. If you guys are looking for recommendations rather than me telling you, don't read this because this, then maybe this vlog will help you, decide some books that you want to pick up. This is also a little bit of an excuse because I started reading this week's book this morning. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite young adult books. After my Disney vlog, people seemed to think that I was listing all of the Disney movies I'd ever seen rather than my favorites. So I got comments like, you should really see Fox and the Hound, which is like, trust me guys, I've seen Fox and the Hound through my blurred tears. So I want you guys to know that if I don't mention a book here, it doesn't mean that I haven't read it, and it definitely doesn't mean that I don't love it. However, I do welcome your suggestions in the comments. First, I'm going to talk about this book, A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This is the first in a trilogy, of which I bought the second and third in hardcover, despite the fact that I don't like reading giant hardcover books because I just couldn't wait for them to come out. I think it's like supposed to be late Victorian, but I'm really bad at eras, so don't judge me. It's a boarding school tale about magic, and it's at an all-girls school, and you just know it's going to be awesome, and it is. Oh, it says Victorian on the back. I was right. Alright, next I'm going to talk about Tithe by Holly Black. This is also the first of a trilogy, noticing a trend here with my hardcover second and third books. I met Holly Black at LeakyCon last year and it was awesome, and I super embarrassed myself, and it was awful, and it was great. This is the book that first got me interested in like actual Celtic fairy mythology, the fairy courts, stuff like that, which is so awesome, and if you don't know about it, you should really look it up because it's extremely interesting. I can't talk much about this plotline without giving away elements of the plot that are important, but it's about this girl named Kay, and she has these interactions with fairies, and fairies are really, really dangerous in this mythology, because they are. In Celtic mythology, they like drown children and stuff, and like they're all really terrifying. It's a love story too. Most young adult lit, especially for girls, is, and I don't mind it, I like it. You would like it too. Also, I have a rule for trilogies that I think we should probably call Ginny's trilogy rule, because that sounds cool and we should use it. And the rule, which applies to both of these series, is that the first book is amazing, the second book is not as good as the first book, and the third book is better than the second book, but not as good as the first book. My next one I wanted to talk about was Sabriel, but I unfortunately have this problem where I lend out the first book, and then whoever I lend it to doesn't return it, presumably because it's so good that they want to keep it. So I'm on like my fourth or fifth copy of Sabriel, I don't know which it is. In this book series, there are necromancers, and necromancers can raise the dead and cause the dead to do their bidding. This series is about, specifically, an inherited title called Abhorsen, that is a necromancer who puts the dead back where they belong. It's like this, this role created to sort of keep what necromancers do from making the world a total shitstorm. So, Ella Enchanted is one of my favorite books I've ever read in my whole life, and when I was younger, I used to read this book probably yearly, and I haven't read it in a little while now, but I would not be shocked if I decided to pick it up tomorrow and read it again if I had time, which I don't. And if you mention the movie, I will punch you in the face, because no. And I love you, Anne Hathaway, but you murdered something I loved. Alright, last thing. Robin McKinley just keeps writing Beauty and the Beast adaptations, and she has mentioned that every time she writes one, she thinks that it's out of her system, and then a couple years later, she has another way she wants to tell the story. Rose Daughter is incredible, and you should also read Beauty, but I'm bringing this one up in particular because a while back I couldn't find my copy, and I was really frustrated, and I bought another one. And then, while I was cleaning out my bookshelves a couple months ago, I found the original one again, and I like this one, I want to keep it. Not that I don't like this one. Whatever, they're the same book. The point is, I was thinking I would do a giveaway. So, what I want you to do in order to make me send you this book is create a video response and tell me in under a minute what your favorite book is and how it has affected you in your life. I don't know, whatever. Just talk about your favorite book. I want to hear what your favorite book is, and I want to be convinced that you are a person who is moved by books, because I'm that person, and I want you to be moved by this book. If you create a video response to enter this giveaway contest thing that I'm doing, I'm going to send you a YouTube message if I choose you as the winner. And if you do not respond to it, I can't send you the book. So just make sure to check. That's all of my book stuff for today. Real fast, I have to touch on Cosplay Conscience, and some of you mentioned it after my Starfest vlog, and I feel guilty. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I haven't touched that costume in 2 weeks. I haven't gotten fabric yet. To be fair, I've gone to 2 different fabric stores and haven't found what I'm looking for, but those were both on my way somewhere. I just haven't worked on it yet. But don't feel sorry for me and don't tell me it's okay, because that's not why I have you guys here. I have you guys here to say, Ginny, get off your butt and go buy some fabric. April's almost over, you guys, but we are not going to stop vlogging, but I am going to stop doing book reviews every single week. I'm going to do them at a different pace, so next Saturday will be my next book review, and I think that's the last one in April. Yes? Is it? Yeah, probably. That might be wrong. Okay.